I want to thank all you folks out there. This is Durag Wisdom who have subscribed to me. I don't always have time to respond to everybody individually. Not that I'm, excuse me folks, not that I'm any way important. I'm not. Okay, let me just get this as focused as I can, guys. I'm half blind here. I mean, I'm just like you folks. I'm a retired school teacher from New York City. I wasn't from New York City. I came here in '74, and just like you. So, if you don't always get a response from me, I mean, I really appreciate the fact that that many of you folks are watching the videos. Some of you are making comments and having discussions. I take this very, very seriously. So believe me, the last thing I want to do is treat you folks like you're idiots, and you're not. But the GOP and Trump, the birther bastard, they think you're idiots. Now there are stages in our protests, folks. I've been watching Rachel Maddow. Last night she had on a veteran member of the State Department who had been fired. Terrible. The guy was been working in the State Department since I think the Reagan days, and since this creep, this ExxonMobil creep, was assigned as the Secretary of State, Trump has taken the State Department and is destroying it. Is hollowing it out. And Rachel Maddow has been doing this really. I mean, she did this interview with one of these people that was fired, these veterans, talking about the fact that not only did these Russians, Putin, influence the elections via cyber war, but they're also continuing to influence us, continuing to put their hands in our free society. And Rachel Maddow keeps saying, and I agree, as well as Keith Olbermann and Lawrence O'Donnell and the Young Turks, they keep saying that the Russians and Putin, they are continuing their influence, and that by hollowing out the State Department, what they're doing now, it gives Putin the opportunity to continue his war against Ukraine, the rest of Eastern Europe, to continue to undermine the European Union, to undermine NATO, to create a kind of worldwide totalitarian oligarchy with religious extremism. And that this creep and his party, the GOP, they are the vanguards of this attack on us. Now this fight's going to get it's going to get ugly. I mean, you're going to start feeling the policies of this creep. He wants to increase the military, so he's going to cut housing. That's what he's doing. He's got a creep in there to destroy our environment. He's got this Tillerson again, who is Putin's friend. He got that Medal of Honor, the highest medal a non-Russian citizen gets from Russia, from Putin. Now that creep's in charge of our State Department. Hey man, I don't delude myself. I mean, the facts are the facts. So I'm looking at this and it's really scary. As Maddow says, as Olbermann says, I'm not going to sit here and delude myself into thinking everything is wonderful. Our country is under attack right now. They attacked us with the site, with the computer, with the election, and now they're continuing to influence us. If you have YouTube, check out Rachel Maddow's last few broadcasts. You got to watch this stuff. You got to pay attention. So it's going to get ugly. And right now, protests, the protests that are coming out, and the Justice Departments are fighting, local people are coming out with the Indivisible movement. Check that out, the Indivisible manual. They're doing stuff, but it's going to get uglier because this creep's going to put operatives inside the protesters to try to undermine. They're going to try to incite violence. They're going to send cops that support Trump, the new SS of the day, into communities, especially communities of color, to stir things up. If that happens, folks, everything peaceful, everything nonviolent. Sit down in front of these cops. Interfere with them in a peaceful, nonviolent fashion. And then spread out this nonviolent protest all over any city you're in. Whatever neighborhood. So you got to be clever. They want to stir up. They're going to do that. There's going to start happening violence against protesters from police. You've got to try to do the nonviolent civil disobedience. Make these son of a bitch Trump-supporting cops, and not all of them, some of them, try to lift you. Now, I weigh I'm overweight, so I got to lose weight. They try to lift me up. They're going to have a lot of fun. Hope they get freaking hernias. So it's going to get ugly. I mean, Trump, the GOP, are out to send us back to the 19th century when we had nothing. Only the rich survived. And we got a creep in the EPA who's going to help destroy our planet further. That's for another broadcast. So it's going to get ugly. And when they start beating us up, that's not going to be very pleasant either. That's something, and you got to get ready. You got to get into groups and train yourselves to deal with violent police officers like we did in the 60s when they bring in the National Guard. I don't want to see any more Kent States. But in this case, we're right here where this is a battle at home we're having. Right now it's Cold War, civil Cold War. But it's going to get worse. It's going to get more ugly. And we have to be prepared to answer it in an intelligent manner that undermines the enemies of our republic. We can't be asleep now. We have to be awake. We have to stand up and be awake. And be aware that this battle is going on and on and on until the Trump birther bastard Putins are out. His GOP is out. We get the religious extremists out. We bring back what our Constitution says it should be with our Bill of Rights. That's what we bring back. Because right now, we're going to have government Putin, folks. And it's going to get ugly. Just like my face. Uglier every day. It's going to get ugly. But I have faith in you out there. My great, wonderful subscribers. I have faith in you, and I know you're not going to stand idly by while this shithead destroys our country.